This is Perry Zannarini reporting from aboard the Italian naval vessel Amerigo Vespucci. With me on the deck I have a very distinguished guest. His name is Bill Langone. Mr. Langone.
Thank you very much. My visit aboard this vessel today, this beautiful vessel, is twofold. In the first place, I am here in doing whatever I can to help the Italian Consul General contribute to the success of the visit of this vessel to Boston. But the other part is a sentimental return to the decks of this hallowed ship. I, in my capacity as a young ensign in the United States Navy, was assigned as the U.S. Navy liaison to the Vespucci in its first visit to Boston in 1951. This is a homecoming for the Vespucci and a very warming homecoming for me to stand on the decks of the Vespucci. I cannot tell you how much emotion is involved today, and I can see a little bit of that in your eyes.
I truly share the same sentiment. Thank you, sir, for sharing your comments with us.
Thank you, Perry.
My pleasure.
So when we get there,
Hello once again from the deck of the Amerigo Vespucci. I have with me the Honorable Consul General, Italian Consul General here in Boston, Roberto Falaschi, who will share with me some of his views regarding this magnificent vessel in this magnificent festivity that we're celebrating, the quintennial celebration of Christus Columbus.
As for myself, I arrived here about 9 months ago. I wanted to come in Boston, and I'm very happy I did come to Boston because I really enjoy my stay here. And maybe it's a little bit too hectic, but that's part of the thrill of being in here. And also I had the chance to arrive with the festivities of the quincentenary. I make believe all those festivities are for me. Sometimes it's nice to dream, but being serious, I think that what happened 5 years ago has been a great event with a lot of meaning for the whole world. Because with the trip that Cristoforo Colombo made this side of the ocean, for the first time in history, the world had been completed. That means we knew what there was, and we were able to, from that point on, map the world in a correct and proper way. But also the importance was great because we had the chance to increase our possibilities of well-being. Many people that were not happy in their place of origin for many reasons, whether political or economical, had the opportunity to come this side of the ocean and create a new life for themselves. And at the same time, they created a new country that is the United States and the other countries that are part of the American continent. Of course, Colombo has been a great sailor, a man that had the core courage of his knowledge and was prepared to fight in order to have his knowledge triumph. And just this would make him a great man. But the fact that he was able to achieve with so many negative odds what he did, well, the King of Spain named him commander of all the commanders, which, being a foreigner, was really a great acknowledgement of what he was able to do.
Sir, those are very, very beautiful sentiments, and you shared them with us beautifully. My sentiment also is in the same line as yours, sir. I do want to thank you also for making this event possible, for your authorization to be allowed to be on board of this magnificent vessel to share this great occasion. I do want to thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I wanted all the spectators to be able to share with us what we can see from here.
Hello once again from the deck of the Amerigo Vespucci. I'm here with a very distinguished person, Commander Virgil Aiello, who's a commander in United States Naval Reserve.
Thank you very much, Perry. It's a pleasure to be here. I represent only one person in a very large organization made up of many groups of people, many people and many groups. And as part of the Navy contingent, we provide the official support for the foreign naval vessels. Of the approximately 19 major Class A ships in this regatta, in this parade, approximately 12 of them are official naval vessels representing foreign countries. And protocol demands that each of those countries receive official visits by U.S. naval personnel, and we provide that to them. As we speak, they're hoisting the sails. We're about to enter our position in the parade of sail, entering Boston Harbor. It's a very exciting time for us. We're 18th in the flotilla, one to the last. The Krusenstern from the Soviet states is behind us, which is bringing in the end of the parade. It's a very exciting time. We're looking forward to getting into the city. The crew is looking forward to it. They are honored by the turnout, by the people of Boston and Revere and Everett and all of the cities in the area, just to mention a few. And it certainly is a pleasure for myself and my fellow officers to serve as liaison officers to these tall ships. We have gotten to know the captain of the vessels and the officers and the other men on the vessels, and we are assisted by their naval attaches who have come up from Washington to participate in this grand parade on this day, the 11th of July. A very memorable one for all of us.
Sir, I thank you for sharing your wonderful thoughts with us, but it would not be fair to let you go away, you being Italian descendant, to tell me a little bit about the spirit of Columbus.
Well, among other things, we can thank Columbus for this 500th anniversary so that we can have this occasion to have this fantastic celebration to be enjoyed by everyone.
And I see that you brought your family on board as well to share this fantastic celebration. May I see who this is?
Well, part of the family. We left Victoria, the 3-year-old, at home. But Caroline is the next sailor in the family, and she's 12. Are you having a good time, Caroline?
Yeah, it's fun.
What have you liked best about being aboard ship so far?
Well, I like the view. It's nice. It's fun. And I like seeing the sailors run around and pull the sails up and stuff.
And how about that wonderful pasta marinara that we had for lunch?
That was awesome, too.
Yes, wasn't it? And how do you feel about having a daddy of his rank in the family? How do you feel about that?
I think I'm pretty lucky because I wouldn't be able to do this if he wasn't in the Navy.
You must be pretty proud of your dad right now, huh? I can tell that. So you're going to enjoy the family tradition when you grow up? You're going to enjoy the United States Navy?
Definitely.
Super.
I think she's having too good a time to worry about what her dad is doing.
Yes. Well, thank you very much for sharing your thoughts with us. Thank you very much, Commander Aiello, for taking the time.
Nice to see you.
Hi.
Hi.
How we doing?
Fine, thank
Your
you.
name, please?
I'm Susan Ronick Head, and I'm a translator in the office of the Italian Naval Attache to the Embassy of Italy in Washington, D.C.
Very well. And how you find your job?
I enjoyed very much. It's an honor to see all the efforts of many, many months in advance of the arrival of the ships come to fruition with the parade here in Boston.
Did you have any part into the preparation of this great event at all?
Well, nothing compared to the work that these young men are putting forth in climbing those riggings. I certainly wouldn't want to be in their position, but there's always the paperwork, the planning. There's a great deal of work that goes into the arrival of the ship. This is the final part. And to that extent, I would say I was minimally involved. There were many others who did a great deal more than I.
So the end justifies the mean. All your hard work has paid off because you've been invited to attend this great gala on this spectacular ship.
It's a beautiful ship, isn't it?
Yes, it certainly is. And how did you find the event thus far in Boston?
It's wonderful. You can feel the warmth of the people of Boston. The weather has favored us. And if this doesn't make you feel Italian, nothing will.
And we also have to include non-Italian because I'm sure that there's a lot of non-Italian out there that the spirit is with us on this day.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think it all depends upon which vessel you're on, and you're equally proud of all of them.
Thank you very much. I appreciate having you, and thank you for sharing your views with us. The Coast Guard boats are busy on patrol to keep viewers on other boats from coming too close to the vessel. As we travel along the parade route, people by the thousands from shore are watching the tall ships as they pass by.
Permette che mi introdurre Angelo Maggio, assistante Attache Navale da Washington D.C. per Italia.
Okay, for our listening, non-Italian listening audience, could you kindly translate that, please?
I would like to have permission to introduce to you Angelo Maggio, the assistant naval attaché for Italy from Washington D.C.
Sir, I'm in great honor to be here. Your hospitality has been overwhelming. It's been superb. You have treated us like royalty here, and I'm very, very proud to be standing on the deck of this ship. For all our friends out there, could you please just give your assessment in how do you feel about this great quite centennial celebration of Christopher Columbus, and what does Christopher Columbus means to you, you being a sailor yourself?
Boston is a special town for me. It's the first town that I visited just 2 years ago when I arrived in the United States. But today is very, very special, just because we can see a lot of sailing ships all over the world. And you told me that this ship is very hospitable for you, but I have to say that the Bostonians are very kind with us, with all of us, and we have to thank all the citizens of Boston that because they allowed us to live this very, very interesting day. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. The only thing I can say as in Italian is there's an old Italian saying that goes tutto il mondo è paese. What you say that sums up because your hospitality and the hospitality that you receive from the people of Boston, it makes the world united into one, and in translation it means all the world is one town. Would you concur with that?
I think that is special for Italian. We have friends all over the world, but maybe the most friends that we have are in the United States, just because a lot of citizens of this country have parents, relatives in our country that is one of the best countries all over the world.
So I want to thank you, and I want to also wish you a happy journey on your return voyage back to Italy, and we'll hope to see you once again in the near future. We hope to visit you once again. Thank you very kindly for sharing your views with us.
Thank you. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. As the Amerigo Vespucci proceeds along the parade route, she is given the naval salute by other passing vessels. The Amerigo Vespucci cadets are stationed inside the lifeboats in the climbing ropes to return the naval salute. It is truly a spectacular sight. Once again, this is Perry Santorini reporting for salute of this great festivities. They are taking place on this great day to salute Christopher Columbus 500th anniversary. I have with me a former Italian sailor. His name is Philip Bonanno, and he is a former Navy man from the Italian Navy, and he is the president of the Italian Maritime Association here in the States, and he has been given the honor to come back on this vessel and participate in the festivity. Mr. Bonanno, I just want to say a few words with you. How do you enjoy this great festivities thus far?
This is unbelievable. This is something that I could have never dreamed. It's beyond my imagination today. It's too good. I was crying a few minutes ago.
I believe it. The excitement has been overwhelming. There are people, thousands and thousands of people from the shore. They are watching this spectacular, breathtaking view that is taking place of this great gala of tall ships. And I'd like to ask you, sir, could you compare your former experiences aboard this vessel? I understand that you also worked on this vessel in the past?
Well, it wasn't this one. It was one similar to this. I spent a month on it, and it was quite different from today, obviously. At that time, I was part of the Navy, so I was a worker. Today's a little bit different, but the excitement is the same.
So would you say they're working harder today or less today?
Well, work is work. From what I saw today, I think they work still as hard as I used to work 26 years ago. So not much difference there.
So it's true what they're saying about wooden ships and Iron Man.
That's right, definitely. Oh yeah.
So you fellas were part of the Iron Man team.
We definitely are.
Because for what I've seen, they're truly working hard. All these cadets, naval cadets here are running around, they're trying to get the mast on course, and it's quite a job in keeping a vessel of this size on course. What you say?
It's unbelievable what they can do today. Obviously, many years ago, it used to be even worse. With technology, things have changed. But look at the sailors going up hundreds of feet up. I mean, that's not easy. That's to congratulate them.
Yes, and congratulations are well in order at this point. Sir, I want to thank you for sharing your views with us, and I wish you the best of luck in the future, and I hope to see you again in the future when we have other festivities on board.
Another Columbus voyage of it.
Yes, best wishes, sir.
Thank you.
We are continuing with the coverage of the Tall Ship Parade. We are sailing into the port of Boston. Once again, enormous crowds are seen everywhere along the shorelines. We are now approaching Pier 1, Charlestown Navy Yard, where the vessel will be docked in the shadow of the USS Constitution. The ship crew is hard at work in preparing the ship to dock. While this is taking place, the colonial militia is on hand greeting the vessel as she makes her way in. I would like to ask them exactly what they thought of this whole celebration, being young men in the Italian Navy, away for the first time away from home to foreign shores. Hi.
Hi.
And welcome to Boston. I want to welcome both of you to Boston, to the United States. And I would like for you to tell our audience exactly what did you feel about Christopher Columbus celebration that we celebrated this very day?
Well, it's very important for us to be here in this celebration. It's important because we have the possibility to do what people of long ago, of 50,000 years ago, could do on the same ship, on the same kind of ship. And we are proud to be here. We are very kind to these people. They give us a very warm welcome.
Very good. How about you?
Yeah, there are the same sensations, you know, the same feelings, proudness, and what else? I mean, looking all these people that was waiting for us.
It was exciting.
Yes,
Find it exciting. How long is your course here on the ship, your midshipman course? How long is it, 1 year, 2 years? Or?
In the ship, 4 months.
4 months?
Yeah.
4 months each?
Yeah, this is, how can I say, it's a training ship. We are cadets of the Naval Academy, Italian Navy. And in summer we have to do this period on board of Amerigo Vespucci. So we'll be on board 3 months.
And perhaps down the line you can become a captain one of these days, right? Of your own ship?
We hope so, we hope so.
And you can trace back the history of Christopher Columbus and sail around the world with your own ship.
We would be very, very happy to be such a similar thing.
Gentlemen, I want to thank you very much for your time, and I wish you a safe return journey back to Italy, and we hope to see you again here in the United States in the near future. Best wishes.
Thank you.
This is continuing the voyage of Christopher Columbus Quintennial Celebration. I have the pleasure with me to have the skipper of the vessel, Amerigo Vespucci. This is the captain, Giancarlo Schiavone. Captain, thank you very much for being with us, and I enjoy your hospitality tremendously, and I enjoy your beautiful, beautiful ship. You must be a very lucky person to have a flying crew.
Really, I am a very lucky person. I'm also a privileged man, and every day looking to the mirror, I say to myself, you are a happy and privileged man. That's really true. And for me, it's really a good pleasure to stay today in Boston and to cross the ocean with all the other sailing ships that you have seen and now are also in Boston, following the track that Cristoforo Columbus had the chance and the privilege to discover 500 years ago.
Captain, would you tell for our audience a little bit about the ship, when the year it was built, where it was built, and the number of crew that you have on board for us, please?
Yeah, this ship has been built in 1931, designed by an Italian Navy officer, just taking inspiration from a vessel of the end of the 18th century. And that's is for that perhaps that is very different from all the other ships that you can see here. The most part of them are taking inspiration from Clipper and faster ship. That is taking inspiration from Navy ships, and for that is more large. Is a draft of 7 meter and 22, 23 feet, and have a length of 100 meters, 333 feet, and there are 4,000 tons is the ship, and we have on board 450 people, more or less. So that of them, 100 are cadets of the first class of the Italian Naval Academy in Langone, and they spend 3 or 4 months on board just to finish the period, the training period of the first class. And so after the period of study in the Naval Academy in Langone, and after the period on board the ship, they can decide if they have to follow the Navy career or they have to change idea.
Excellent. Is it true, the rumor that I heard, that this ship had a sister ship, the Christopher Columbus, once upon a time? Is that true? Or?
Yeah, that's true. The Cristoforo Colombo was born just 2 or 3 years before Amerigo Vespucci. And at that time, the 2 sister ships used to have on board the cadets of the first and the second class of the Naval Academy. They used to cruise together, and in 1933 was the first time that the 2 ships arrived in United States, and for the first cruise crossing the ocean. Later, unfortunately, the Cristoforo Colombo was given to the Soviet Union, the Russian, at the end of the Second World War II for war damages. And unfortunately also, again, I think that this ship doesn't exist now because, well, it doesn't exist.
I see. Very well, sir. And just for our listening audience, what did you think of the tremendous amount of publicity that this event has received, and also the people on the shore watching us? What did you think about the whole event? Was that type of a spiritual feeling for you, particularly when you come from Italy, that you're representing Christopher Columbus' homeland? It must have a personal meaning for you.
Oh yeah, sure. Both the things. The first, because I arrived here in Boston, we've seen so many boats, so many people watching to us, and I've seen on board of the crew of my ships, everyone, the age of every crew member was flashing for excitation, because it was happy to see so many people watching to us, and that's as a member on board, crew member on board the ship. As Italian, I'm really proud to follow the track that Columbus made and discovered 500 years ago, because I think that everyone in the whole Europe have to be proud that the 2 different worlds was in conjunction at that time, and now we cannot speak of 2 worlds, but just only one.
Very, very well put, Captain. I can't tell you how tremendous we enjoy your hospitality. Your food was superb, and just the hospitality was overwhelming, and it's been an overwhelming experience personally for me, and I can speak for other people as well. And I hope to see you back here soon with your beautiful, beautiful vessel. I wish you the best of luck on your return journey back to Italy, and we hope to see you again in the near future back with us. We look forward to that.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Mille grazie, as they say in Italy.
Grazie.
Hello once again from the deck, the upper deck of the Amerigo Vespucci. It is now 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and the ship has docked at Pier 1 in Charlestown Navy Yard, directly behind the USS Constitution, or better known as Ironside. It has been indeed an eventful day. I cannot describe the thrill that we have experienced on this journey. And as the old maritime tradition states, that King Neptune being the god of the sea, was very, very good to us. The winds were at our backs. We were cruising approximately 3 to 4 knots per hour. It was so smooth in gliding over the water. It just was unbelievable. This concludes the course of event for this Columbus Day celebration 1992. Thank you very much, one and all, for having participated with us in this spectacular event. Thank you and good day.